So I'd like to introduce you to, I'm assuming that's supposed to be a propeller, but it's dash 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 O dash dash dash. He's playing the KF-41, which, God, is one of the most sad vehicles they ever had in this game. I'm just going to show you his record. He's one of the people that I would normally expect me to, like, randomly find on the sidebars as, like, oh, he's got an interesting name, and I'm looking at his account, and he's got 5,000 battles. He's pretty neat. And then he has 1,500 deaths and 39 kills in an air vehicle. And he's not super good in vehicles, but you'll see in a sec how kind of ridiculous he plays the KF-41. He's also, like, someone that, like, panics a lot, I noticed, at least in the KF-41. I only looked at the first part of this replay, like with most replays, but you can almost immediately tell when someone is cheating because they do something like scout a person through a hillside that they can't remotely see the person through, and, you know, completely scout the guy that there's no way you can see him. Like our friend here, scouts him right through the hill, and then, oh, look, he's scouted. Crazy how that works. I just find these matches incredibly ironic nowadays because Gaijin is doing a good job, at least in some regards, saying that they're doing the, doing the band waves. They're also, okay, here's what I'm talking about with him panicking. So snap, so did you see that? He snapped to his teammate for some reason, which, my theory with that is that it's whatever software he's using is basing on the box that's around it. So, like, these guys, a lot of them, they have a box. If you've seen videos, they have a box that's on it. So he snapped the guy down here and then came back up. But he's shooting at this guy, and who's completely obscured by this hill right here. And he just keeps shooting, hitting this hill, which is like right here where he's shooting, and he can't shoot it at all. And I mean, I understand he might do it for a suppressive reason, but, and then he spams his spikes, which, granted, spikes are just so incredibly bad in this game. Also, the fact that he's only shooting spikes at like 0.4 kilometers, which they don't go very high at this range. They would only go like maybe up this high and then come straight down. So yeah, you can see like that snap effect made no sense. Like, you would never do that as any sort of player with a reasonable aspect to shoot at somebody. Like, so it makes no sense. Yeah, the KF-41. Anytime I see the KF-41, and I find that hilarious that he dies to a BT-5. I actually didn't see that part of the replay. I restart replays pretty quickly, and he died. The fact that he died to a, yeah, look at that. Look, oh yeah, I totally can see this guy. Somebody's upsetty spaghetti. Oh no. Yeah. Oh man, I love how salty these guys get after they die. This guy, like, you know, the very first part of that, you could be like, oh, he wasn't, you know, wasn't that bad. Maybe he's not cheating, whatever. But when you stare at somebody through smoke just after a spawn because you died to a BT-5 and immediately start shooting them, you know someone is incredibly salty if they're doing that. Also, the fact that he shoots, you know, I love it. Russian ERA just absorbs all manner of rounds because of the way Russian ERA just works in this game. And then he dies because, you know, he deserves it. But yeah, this, like I said, I love reacting to replays after I know a person's guaranteed cheating, because generally half the time you find a person cheating like this and then they're immediately like, oh, okay, I know they're cheating, I'm just gonna go look at a replay, you know, after the fact. And the funny thing is that this guy is not using his radar. The funny thing is that they made it to where radar works when you lock on now, so you can see the lock on. So see, like that. So he locked on there. Really didn't need to because he was shooting at the Recon and the MiG-23 without caring about it, and now he's shooting at it without the radar. So you can tell, and he just killed the guy. So the first rounds hit him obviously with the radar, but he's still shooting at him at exact range without the radar on. And granted, like I said, the radar's on, but it's so funny that these guys, like, they'll use the tools that are available to them, but then they don't when they need to. And it makes them so much more incredibly obvious for stuff like this. But also, another thing is, so the KF-41's a side vehicle. Why is the automatic like 12.3 or whatever it is now, or whatever, 11.3? I don't think I'll ever understand Gaijin's logic for making the automatic such a high BR. I think the automatic at max should be like 10.2 Oh. Should basically be a 2S38. I don't know why Gaijin thinks it needs to be such a high BR when it only gets like 16 darts. So I don't know. But he's staring kind of just in this direction. I don't understand what he's doing, but he's like kind of just staring in this direction. What are you looking at, man? I don't know what you're looking at. My theory is that there's a plane that's not being marked over in this direction for some reason. What are you doing, dude? I gotta speed you up. Yep, there, yeah, see that? So he's staring over that direction. And let me pause it real quick so you can see what I'm talking about. So he's staring at this hillside. Oh, it doesn't show me, but there was a guy that we saw scouted over there just a second ago. And, yeah, that's really funny. Is it gonna show him again? It didn't. Yep, see, so, yeah, so there's our friend here. This guy had no frame of reference that this guy was here. And he is now just about to shoot him over the hill. Yeah, well, making the this is probably why the automatic's such a high BR, because of cheaters, which is ironically pretty sad. So, if that's the case, granted it's probably not, but cheaters are making it to where this vehicle, yeah, see that? He just shot that guy down over the hill, has no frame of reference. Yeah, cheaters would apparently might be propping this thing up into BR, which would be incredibly sad considering it has no way, shape, or form the real ability to be at this BR. I don't even think this round is that good. It has a less of a proxy trigger, I think, than the WZ-305. Yeah, it's not a very good round, so it's very good for what it is, but yeah, whatever. So I'm gonna leave this here. Then he dies again. As always, if you have a player in question you want to lead to me, leave the player ID and the last digits of the replay URL in the comments, as well as a description of what you saw in said replays. And as always, I hope you have a good rest of your morning, day, evening, or night, and have a good one.